at you, beautiful couple. My gosh.
Yeah.
America's Dad is here.
He is.
Eddie, that was a good.
Yeah.
Did you write that line?
No, actually, no, I didn't. Michael Che, I think, wrote that line.
Did he? It's a good line.
Right. The writers at SNL wrote all that stuff.
You look so beautiful tonight. What did Eddie say when you came down the stairs ready for the evening?
He loved it, yeah.
Being the great romantic man that he is, what did he say?
He's very romantic.
Or do you need to say it now?
No, he already did it.
I told her how wonderful she looked.
He actually says that kind of stuff all the time. So.
Really?
Yeah, he's very, very sweet and romantic.
Did you know Eddie Murphy has 10 children? Yeah, that's right. But did you know he didn't have them with one partner? Eddie Murphy, the comedic genius come actor like many other Hollywood legends, has had his ups and downs with marriages and relationships. Still, today in this video, we will talk about Eddie Murphy's 12-year-old relationship with an ordinary Australian girl. How did they meet, and what is her stance on Eddie's numerous children? Most importantly, what do their 2 kids look like? We will uncover everything in this video. All you have to do is watch the video to the end. How Eddie Murphy and Paige Butcher met. Eddie Murphy and Paige Butcher first met in Hollywood in year 2012, where they were introduced through mutual friends at an event. According to People, Paige and Eddie were seen together numerous times after meeting, but they kept their budding romance under wraps in the early stages. As a successful model and actress, Paige had been involved in the entertainment industry for some time, but she had kept a relatively low profile compared to her high-profile boyfriend. Eddie, on the other hand, had been one of Hollywood's most famous comedians and actors since the 1980s. Many people might think Paige was drawn to Eddie because of his success. On the contrary, Paige was reportedly drawn to Eddie because of how romantic he is. In an interview with Essence, Eddie revealed that he admired Paige's demure nature and her ability to maintain a private life away from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. This mutual respect and understanding are some of the reasons that many believe helped form the basis of their relationship. From the start, Eddie and Paige were serious about keeping their romance out of the public eye. While Eddie was used to the attention from his long career, Paige had always been more private, and the couple took steps to ensure their relationship wouldn't be placed under too much analysis by the media. For many months after they began dating, Eddie and Paige avoided discussing their relationship in interviews and were rarely seen together at high-profile events. They kept things as low-key as possible. However, their first public appearance as a couple happened in late 2012, when they were spotted together in Los Angeles, attending charity events and casually strolling around town. This triggered the public and media interest, who were both surprised and curious that Eddie was dating again, especially after his previous relationships ended. Us Weekly reported that fans were intrigued by Paige's beauty and how well they complemented each other despite their age difference and distinct careers. When news of their relationship broke, the media was quick to cover and make exclusives from their growing romance. The Daily Mail published photos of the couple enjoying private outings, often with Eddie's children. They also described Paige as a calming presence in Eddie's life. Before we move on, what do their lives look like before coming together as a couple? Keep watching to find out. Eddie Murphy, a Hollywood enigma. Eddie Murphy was born on the 3rd of April, 1961, in Brooklyn, New York. He grew up in Roosevelt, Long Island. He started showing his talent in comedy at an early age. He has credited his difficult childhood for boosting his sense of humor. His father, who was a transit police officer, died when Eddie was young. This sad incident left his mother no choice but to man up and raise him and his brother. By age 15, Eddie was performing stand-up comedy in local clubs, where he quickly gained attention. Murphy's big break came in 1918 when he joined the cast of Saturday Night Live at just 19 years old. His edgy, daring comedy and unforgettable characters, such as Mr. Robinson and Buckwheat, took the show and Eddie himself to new heights. Murphy's humor was fresh and bold, representing a new generation of comedians willing to push boundaries. His work on Saturday Night Live made him a household name, and he soon began bagging mega shows. Unlike other comedians, Eddie's transition from television to film was seamless. In 1982, he starred in 48 Hours, opposite Nick Nolte, a buddy cop movie that was a box office success. Not only that, the film established Eddie as a leading man. Shortly after that, he was featured in another blockbuster titled Beverly Hills Cop in 1984. If his role in 48 Hours was awesome, Beverly Hills Cop took his career to even greater heights. As Axel Foley, a fast-talking Detroit cop in Beverly Hills, Murphy brought on his action and comedic chops, and the film became one of the highest-grossing movies of that decade. According to Rolling Stone, Eddie's performance in Beverly Hills Cop defined him as a movie star and changed the expectations for Black actors in lead roles in Hollywood films. Murphy's stardom continued to soar with hits like Trading Places 1983, Coming to America in 1988, and The Nutty Professor in year 1996, where he expressed his versatility by playing multiple characters. Until today, Coming to America remains one of his most beloved films, praised for its humor. Before long, Murphy became known for his comedic roles and as a talented producer, writer, and musician. In 1980, Forbes named him one of the top-paid actors in Hollywood. As a successful man in Hollywood, what do you think his personal life looked like? While no one could tell with certainty, his accomplishments seemed responsible for his eventful relationships. Murphy was involved in several high-profile relationships before meeting Paige Butcher, the Australian woman who would become his long-term partner. Murphy's most significant early relationship was with Nicole Mitchell, a woman he met in 1988. The couple got married a year after in 1993 and had 5 children together, namely Bria, Miles, Shane, Zola, and Bella. With 5 children, one would think they were set for life, but guess what? Fate had other plans. Murphy and Mitchell filed for divorce in year 2006. When asked, the pair cited irreconcilable differences. Their divorce is one of the most peaceful breakups in Hollywood history because Nicole has spoken positively about Eddie as a father after the separation. Moreover, the two have continued to be good parents to their kids. After his relationship with Nicole Mitchell, Murphy had a brief but highly publicized relationship with Melanie Brown, popularly known as Mel B, one of the known faces of the Spice Girls. The two dated in year 2006, the same year he divorced Nicole, his first wife. In 2007, Mel B gave birth to their daughter, whom they named Angel Iris Murphy Brown. However, the relationship ended before Angel's birth, and it initially caused tension because Murphy publicly questioned the paternity of the child. A DNA test was conducted to confirm Eddie as Angel's father, after which he took responsibility for co-parenting her. In an interview with The Mirror in 2018, Mel B mentioned how Eddie is a great dad to Angel and is actively involved in her life. Paige Butcher. Paige Butcher was born on the 10th of June, 1979, in Perth, Australia. She grew up in a family with deep roots in the entertainment industry, and her father was a successful model. This majorly influenced her early interest in modeling and acting. It was a no-brainer when Paige decided to pursue a career in the spotlight. Paige's stunning looks and natural charm quickly caught the fashion industry's attention, leading to various modeling assignments in Australia and internationally. She graced the covers of several magazines and gained recognition as a successful model, which eventually opened doors to acting opportunities. She appeared in small roles in Hollywood films like Something's Gotta Give in year 2003, a romantic comedy starring Jack Nicholson and Diane Keaton. In 2006, she starred in part 2 of Big Mama, alongside Martin Lawrence. Her move to the United States allowed her to explore further acting, but she remained relatively under the radar in Hollywood. Even though Paige Butcher was involved in the entertainment industry, she mostly avoided the media frenzy often associated with public figures, preferring to keep her personal life away from public analysis. Building a family together. Eddie Murphy and Paige Butcher took their relationship to the next level when they started building a family together. On the 3rd of May 2016, Eddie Murphy and Paige Butcher welcomed their first child, a daughter named Izzy Una Murphy. According to People, Eddie was overjoyed about becoming a father again and spoke proudly about the arrival of his baby girl. In interviews, Eddie has consistently expressed how much he values his role as a father and how he enjoys every moment of parenting, no matter how many children he has. He is known for his commitment to family and has often stated that his kids are the most important aspect of his life. In an interview with Extra in 2016, Eddie mentioned how grateful he was to have children spanning different generations, from his eldest children, who are now adults, to his youngest daughter, Izzy. He said, "Every child is a blessing, and being a father gives me the most joy." Izzy's birth brought Eddie's children to 9 at the time, but rather than feeling overwhelmed, he embraced the responsibilities of being a dad. Paige, on her part, was described as being an amazing mother who valued the time she spent with her family, often staying away from the spotlight to focus on raising her daughter in a nurturing environment. 2 years after Izzy was born, the couple welcomed their second child, a son named Max Charles Murphy, on November 30th, year 2018. The name Charles was chosen to honor Eddie's late brother, Charlie Murphy, a fellow comedian and actor who passed away in 2017 from leukemia. Eddie was especially emotional about the birth of Max, expressing in interviews how important it was to him to keep his brother's legacy alive. With the arrival of Max, Eddie became a father of 10, a fact that he wore proudly. In a 2019 interview with Vanity Fair, he shared that having such a large family was totally normal for him, and that family is what keeps him on his toes. He also shared that his family was his center, and raising his kids alongside Paige was something he cherished deeply. Now, with this number of 10, one question that keeps swirling in people's minds is, how does he juggle being Eddie Murphy, the movie star, with being a dad and husband? Keep watching to find out. Despite their busy lives, Eddie and Paige have done their best to ensure their children live as normal a life as possible, away from the constant gaze of Hollywood. Us Weekly reported that the couple often spends time together in their Los Angeles home, where family life is the focus. Paige has mostly stepped away from her public career to focus on raising their 2 children, while Eddie continues to take on selective film projects, ensuring he has plenty of time to spend with his family. Eddie's commitment to fatherhood has also been shown in the type of jobs he takes. He has often stated that he carefully selects roles that allow him to balance his career and family life. Being present in his children's lives is a priority for Eddie, and he enjoys spending quality time with them. Without a hint of doubt, being a father of 10 is one crucial, albeit surprising part of Eddie's life. What does it feel like to be a father to almost a dozen children? Eddie as a father of 10. Eddie Murphy's role as a father has been one of the defining aspects of his personal life. Even with his high-profile career in Hollywood, Murphy has clarified that family comes first. As a father of 10 children from multiple relationships, Eddie has shown dedication to all of his kids and maintained close connections with each of them. Eddie's children come from 5 different women. His oldest 2 children, Eric, born in 1989, and Christian, born in 1990, came from his relationships with Paulette McNeely and Tamara Hood, respectively. Later on, he married Nicole Mitchell Murphy, with whom he shares 5 children. Bria, born in 1989, Miles, born in 1990, Shane was born in 1994, Zola was born in 1999, and Bella was born in 2002. After their divorce in 2006, Eddie's next publicized relationship was with Melanie Brown, resulting in a daughter, Angel Iris Murphy Brown, born in year 2007. For others, many children are a getaway card for being irresponsible, but as for Eddie, he has passed the test on many fronts. Despite having children with multiple partners, Eddie Murphy is known to prioritize his family time and ensure all his children are involved. In an interview with Vanity Fair in year 2019, he shared, "My kids are the center of everything." He talked about the importance of being present in their lives, saying, "The brightest part of my life is my kids." Murphy is described by his partner as a hands-on father who loves spending time with his children, ensuring that they all share a close bond regardless of their family types. Challenges and criticism. Eddie Murphy and Paige Butcher's relationship has faced heavy media scrutiny over the years, particularly because of Murphy's high-profile status and his history of relationships. The media has often focused on his large family, having 10 children with 5 different women. People magazine and Us Weekly have covered the uniqueness of Eddie's relationships, sometimes casting a critical light on his personal life. For a while, the media took a break, but the scrutiny intensified immediately after Eddie and Paige started having kids. Generally, Eddie Murphy has maintained a low profile in responding to the media. In an interview with Vanity Fair, he shared his thoughts on how the media has portrayed him, saying, "I don't trip about it at all. I always keep my personal life out of the spotlight." Eddie prefers not to engage in public discourse about his relationships, and both he and Paige have worked to maintain a private and family-focused life away from the tabloid drama. Paige, too, has managed to avoid much of the media attention. Despite being in a long-term relationship with one of Hollywood's biggest stars, she has rarely given interviews or appeared in the public eye. When their relationship got real with the arrival of the kids, Paige decided to wipe her social media page clean. That was a daring move, especially as rich social media could be monetized at this age. When asked about it, she said her family was already famous, and keeping her social media account could invite unnecessary attention to her and her 2 kids. As for criticism, the couple has not been immune to public criticism, particularly around the size and complexity of Eddie's blended family. Wait a moment, who wouldn't marvel at such numbers of kids? Some critics have questioned Eddie's ability to effectively co-parent all 10 of his children, given his various relationships. However, in a candid interview with Extra, Eddie addressed the criticism head-on, explaining that his kids are his top priority and that he makes it a point to spend time with each of them regularly. He said, "I'm so blessed with my children. I've got a great family." Eddie Murphy and Paige Butcher are undoubtedly dedicated parents who focus on giving their children, Izzy and Max, a stable and loving environment. Eddie Murphy especially has spoken about how much he enjoys fatherhood and the joy of raising his kids. In a 2021 interview with Entertainment Tonight, Eddie talked about how being a father has always been his priority. He said, "The whole idea of being out there and being a dad, it's just who I am. My kids are everything." Paige Butcher, who largely avoids the public eye, is a hands-on mother. According to People magazine, Paige takes a very active role in raising the children, helping to ensure they have a glamour-free upbringing despite their father's fame. Both Eddie and Paige are big on the importance of family values. The kids' lives. Izzy Una Murphy, born in May 2016, and Max Charles Murphy, born in November 2018, are still very young, so their lives have remained relatively private. Eddie and Paige have made it a point to keep their kids out of the spotlight as much as possible, but occasional sightings have given fans a glimpse into their family life. The couple has been spotted with their children on low-key outings, and their privacy is something they genuinely protect. Eddie has spoken fondly about his younger children in the few public appearances, expressing how much joy they bring into his life. He shared with The Ellen Show 2019 that his children keep him busy and that he loves raising young kids again, even after fathering 8 other children. Eddie and Paige have always tried to keep a low profile regarding their personal life, especially their children. Unlike celebrity parents who share their kids' lives on social media, Eddie and Paige have been cautious about giving the public too much access. They focus on raising their children in a loving, supportive, and relatively private environment. When asked about his family in interviews, Eddie often speaks about his decision to keep his personal life separate from his public persona. In a conversation with GQ, Eddie remarked, "You won't see my kids all over the tabloids or social media. That's not what we're about." Paige, too, values privacy and prefers to stay away from the media limelight. In an interview with the Daily Mail, Paige commented on their private life, saying that raising children in their kind of family has its challenges. Still, it's important to shield them from unnecessary attention. Looking at Eddie and Paige's relationship today. Eddie Murphy and Paige Butcher have been together for over a decade, and their relationship has stood the test of time in Hollywood. For one, they have managed to stay out of major scandals or negative media coverage, which is rare for a couple in the spotlight. Part of this success comes from their mutual desire for privacy. According to People magazine, Paige doesn't like being in the news for every issue. While some other families may revel in having even their closet business dissected and discussed, Paige preferred not to be talked about. She is one of those people who wouldn't mind having tons of money, but never popular. Eddie has mentioned in several interviews that family is central to his life, and Paige has become an important part of that. In an interview with Entertainment Tonight, he said, "I'm happiest when I'm with my family. I have a great life because of them." Their strong relationship seems to be built on this foundation of family and mutual respect, with both focusing on raising their 2 children, Izzy and Max. Paige Butcher has said little to the press about their relationship, but from what Eddie has shared, it's clear that the couple values a stable family life. In a rare interview with Extra, Eddie spoke fondly of Paige, saying, "She's been my rock through everything, and I couldn't ask for more." When you have been with someone for as long as Paige has been with Eddie, people will naturally want to know if your plans have them in them. This is exactly the case with Eddie and Paige. There have been occasional rumors about marriage over the years. While the couple has been engaged since year 2018, they've never seemed in a hurry to walk down the aisle. According to Us Weekly, Eddie and Paige are very comfortable with their relationship. Sources close to the couple have mentioned that they're already committed to each other and their family, which seems to be their main priority. As for expanding their family, no plans for more children have been confirmed. Eddie, who has 8 children from previous relationships, appears to be happy with the family they've built. In an interview with The Ellen Show, Eddie jokingly said, "I love being a dad, but I think I've done my part when it comes to the baby-making department." Now let's talk about family gatherings. For a family as large as Eddie's, it's only natural to be curious to know how he bonds with his kids, whose children differ in age. Despite the complexities of a blended family, Eddie Murphy is known for bringing his children together for important family events and celebrations. It's become a tradition to see photos of Murphy's large family gathered together for Christmas or birthdays. For instance, People magazine featured a holiday photo from 2018 where Eddie was pictured with all 10 of his children for a Christmas celebration. Eddie has spoken in interviews about the importance of family gatherings. In an interview with Vanity Fair, he said, "It's all about love and being together. I'm happy when my family is around." This approach to family only shows his ability to manage his large brood while ensuring everyone remains connected, despite having different mothers. Eddie Murphy has created something special about family by co-parenting and maintaining strong relationships with his ex-partners. His dedication to all his children, regardless of their mothers, stands out in Hollywood as an example of combined family success. Keep watching as we unveil their wedding. Eddie and Paige Dreamy Wedding. After 12 years together, Eddie Murphy, the Oscar-nominated actor and comedian, has officially tied the knot with Paige Butcher, her Australian partner. The couple, who first got engaged in September 2018, shared the joyous occasion in a private ceremony on July 9, 2024. The wedding took place in Anguilla, a picturesque Caribbean island, and close family and friends attended the event. According to People, Paige wore a stunning lace-embellished corseted gown by designer Mira Zwillinger, while Murphy looked sharp in a white Brioni suit. As you already know, this marriage is Eddie Murphy's second, and Paige Butcher is getting wed for the first time. Apart from friends and work colleagues, Murphy's family was also present for the red carpet premiere of The Hollywood Legend on June 2024. The event saw him joined by 3 daughters from his previous marriage to Nicole Mitchell, Bria, Shane Audra, and Bella Zara. In his interview with Extra, when asked about his interaction with Paige on the red carpet, Murphy shared that he whispered a compliment to her, saying, "I told her how wonderful she looks." Butcher, who rarely speaks publicly, commented that Eddie is very, very sweet and romantic. These moments of tenderness further show the bond they share. Murphy is also known for crediting Paige for her love and support during his acceptance speech at the 2020 Golden Globes, where he was honored with the Cecil B. DeMille Award. His public acknowledgement of her role in his life and family revealed a selfless man willing to share credit for the beautiful family they have created. What do you think about Eddie and his Canadian wife? Do you think his 10 children will enjoy fatherly attention equally? Let's have your opinion in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video, like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more.